Check this thing out. Yeah, that, my friend, is a sweet ride. Look at the tires on that. Don't see that every day. Take one quick trek around this puppy. The T-Rex Double R. Wow, look at the back tire. Batman style. Yeah. Some shots inside of it there. Look at that. Yep. And the train as it approaches us at the station. All right. Boarding the train.
Hello folks, and welcome to our little train named the Moccasin, in honor of one that ran down the St. Lawrence Valley from 1855 right up until 1958. You know, a lot has happened on this stretch of the river over the years, but before we start, we need to do a little railroad business. There's no smoking allowed on the train, and I suggest you tuck your ticket away in a safe place in case you decide to get off and want to get back on later. En voiture! Bonjour et bienvenue à bord de notre petit train baptisé Moccasin, en l'honneur du train qui a circulé dans la vallée du Saint-Laurent de 1855 jusqu'en 1958. Vous savez, c'est pas cette chose de choses quand nous avons commencé, nous devons passer en revue les règles d'accès. Les catégories de chemin à bord. Je vous recommande de mettre votre billet, nous allons construire au train qui est situé au-dessus de l'écran et dans un pour le développement fondamental. À Saint-Lawrence, notre nous avons une millier de personnes qui sont venues fidèles à la communauté.
But we're on a train. We're on the train.
On voyage à pied. Nous avons un jeu d'hiver
Oh, this is fun.
Une fois de plus, le Saint-Laurent a joué un rôle important. Voyez-vous cette grande structure de pierre montée sur la colline de notre part? Ce monument historique nous rappelle l'importance de la bataille de la reine Chrysler, qui a eu lieu ici de 1800. Le monument, la reine religieuse de 1891, a été désigné musée de service national en 1920. L'origine, il était hérité de
Straight ahead. She's conducting.
Il a été déplacé à son emplacement actuel lors de la construction de la voie maritime du Saint-Laurent. Much of the riverfront was privately owned and public access to the waterfront continued.
That old cannon over there.
Underneath this investment, massive changes were going to the landscape. The provincial government purchased land along the river. Once the seaway was complete, public lands remaining had to be managed, and so the St. Lawrence Parks Commission was created. Today, the commission includes more than 50,000 members. Not everyone can enjoy public land privilege, therefore, and inducement. You can also play a collection of the and sail into the Chrysler Park Marina, or take a walk on wild sand activity. Et vous frotterez à Kingston. Vous pouvez jouer une bande de golf au terrain de golf de Capitale. Arrivez employé à la marina du Parc Chrysler pour faire une virée sans couleur des oiseaux migrateurs applicatifs. Si vous voulez refaire le plan d'énergie à toutes ces activités, vous pouvez trouver un point rempli pour pique-niquer.
We can't hear what the voice is saying either. Do a full unedited train ride.
second World War, the Americans tried to capture Montreal. One army came north from Lake Champlain. Another set out by boat on St. Lawrence from Lake Ontario. The smaller British force followed the Missouri River to Kingston. The British troops on the riverbank, with the help of the French gunboats, harassed the Americans at St. Lawrence every disturbance to the small farming community here. Horses and wagons and thousands of marching feet turned the golden fields into fires. Fences were burned in half. Food and crops disappeared. There was terror and a real mist, and the battle itself was yet to come. On November 10th, an army of British soldiers, Canadian regulars and mercenaries, and Mohawk warriors caught up with the Americans and set up camp on Chrysler Point, just a short distance from
Fire the cannon.
the British forces were outnumbered about 3 to 1.
Oh, lawn chair. Oh, the wooden lawn chair. The great view of the water from that. In a tight corner.
Pendant la seconde année de la guerre, les Américains ont tenté de s'emparer de Montréal. Ils avaient sécurisé dans le nord en partant du lac Champlain. Une autre armée a descendu le fleuve en partant du lac Ontario. Puis, une autre troupe italienne beaucoup plus petite a suivi et a descendu le fleuve en partant de Kingston. À chaque fleuve, en fait, les troupes de petites amies sur la rive, et de quelques camionneurs, ont harcelé les Américains sur le fleuve. Lorsque les Américains sont arrivés au rapide du morceau, ils ont décidé de se diriger vers la terre ferme et ont établi un camp de Cook's Point et Cook's Tavern. Imaginez l'impact de cet événement sur la petite collectivité. La nous amène à la nuit avant la bataille.
Chrysler's farm battlefield. It's the memorial building. You see in front of us, November 11th, 1813. It is so hot today. I want to come over here and check out this awesome, for those about to rock, we salute you style cannon. Battle of Chrysler's Farm, 1813. We'll take you up on the hill over there. See those cannons. Look at this one though. Yeah. The Light 6 powder gun. Light 6 pounder gun. Typical 6 pounder muzzle loading gun.
Probably like my 6-pound ball.
Measured by the weight of the solid shot they fired, yeah. Used by both British and US artillery in the War of 1812. For those about to rock, we salute you. Oh! Fire. So we slowly ascend to the top of the hill. You get a good shot at the whole battlefield. The memorial straight ahead. That cannon we were just looking at. Now we're gonna head up to this monument. The 1813 monument. In honor of the brave men who fought and fell in the victory of Chrysler Farm. On the 11th of November, 1813, this monument was erected by the Canadian Parliament in 1895. These are solid iron cannons. Huge, eh? Solid iron. Give you a full walk around these babies. Spotted a deer straight ahead, hiding in the grass. He's not part of the village. Hey deer. Hey buddy. This little deer over here, straight ahead in the middle of the street. Oh, there he goes. Come back, deer. Come back. Good. Look at the factories and stuff. Take some more look at some of the homesteads and stuff while we're here. The village stops letting people in around 4. Was gonna do the whole part 2 on the battle reenactment, but we didn't get to it in time, so we get another tour around the village then. Back in the 1800s, these gentlemen, beautiful horses. Right on the corner of Church and Main is the Cook's Tavern. I was trapped in here. If you go back to my part 2 of the 2021 Upper Canada Village tour, I got trapped in here in a storm. The lady was nice enough to let me take shelter in here. Just take you around and show you. There's the bar. Bar over here. Seriously, go back and watch my episode when I was trapped in here by myself with this woman who let me reside in here from the storm.
Turn upstairs.
My umbrella and everything. Yeah, I think we can check out the upstairs for sure. Example of what a meal would cost, but 25 cents for breakfast, cold bite lunch 12 cents, a light supper 25 cents. You could get a room and board for a week for $3.50. 35 cents for a room for the night. You probably would have your room up here. 35 cents, and I will stay for the night. This is what a hotel is like. 1800s, you may have a room like this. You may get a room like this. And have a shared accommodation. Very spacious up here. Long time. Many years since I've been up here. You're in the Cook's Tavern. Nice to see what's happening outside. Just out front earlier on there, as I showed the townspeople. There.
The fancy name is a Balmoral necktie, and the not fancy name for it is a scarf.
Makes sense to me.
It sounds quite elegant though when you call it a Balmoral necktie.
Very much so.
But really it's just a scarf. But when it's done, it will actually look quite fancy, because there will be a brass ring in the middle of it. So it makes it look almost more like a kerchief than a scarf itself. and then there will be tassels on the end.
Oh, cool.
We'll see how it goes. I'm still working on the body of it.
Perfect. It's looking good.
Thank you.
Looking good. Providence Chapel. Small log church comes from Kitley Township, north of Brockville, 80 kilometers northwest of here. This was built in the 1850s, served as a shared facility for several Protestant denominations. Sparsely settled in this area, reconstructed here at Upper Canada in 1960, now presents a small Methodist congregation. There's a much bigger church here, of course, but this is an example of the little chapel. The Providence Chapel. Cool. Methodism started in the mid-1700s. Time to see what's going down at the McDiarmid House. It's a two-story log house built in 1864. And all these houses you've seen in this whole setup in this village were moved here on trucks from their original locations. Really fascinating when you think about that. Let's actually peek in the window. See what's going on.
Crochet, but you know, you can have, you know, like the coverlets there. We made that here. Our blankets, which were made here, and the other bed.
Yes. You also do linen here somewhere?
We have it. It
Yeah.
was done in the 1860s.
Yeah.
None of us like doing it, so we don't.
So
We work with wheel.
So your staff has,
We pretty much all learn all of it.
yes, and it's been a group for a long time? Is it a?
No,
Come in
no,
here,
we've actually got.
Take a look at the back rooms. It's roped off, but there's a walking
Okay, the pandemic kind of
path
messed
to
things
come
up
and
a lot.
observe the different rooms in these homesteads.
I mean, we know so many people, it's a smaller community,
Yes.
but
Example
also
of a
too, some
small
of the other
bedroom.
people, they know each other
Here in the
from outside.
McDiarmid House.
Yes,
So,
but it's for
bedrooms would
very
be
nice to have some
Side by side.
yes, yeah,
So you
not just something
Having
on the
that
wall to
relic at the
read.
foot of your
Yes.
bed.
It makes it more alive. It's really
It does.
nice. Yeah.
Nice quaint rooms.
And it's fun for us too, because we never know where the conversation's gonna go.
Yeah.
This beautiful church always takes me by storm just to gaze my eyes on it. Little cemetery over here. Those look like real cemetery stones, but hard to say. Horse and buggy taking off. We were going the opposite way, thinking about catching a ride, but we've got to check out the Christ Church. Many of the early settlers of this area are members of the Church of England and the parish in Cornwall in 1784. Wow. Today, this church represents a congregation of worshiping in the 1860s. Wow, look at this. You can go in the church today. Last time we were here, we didn't go into the church, so I'm gonna take a quick unedited gander through this big, gorgeous white church. I guess you can't go upstairs near where the bell is, but have a look. Very cool, nobody else in here. Just Mr. Thrasha. Mr. Thrasha. Directly to the left of the church sits the Lutheran pastor's house. It's got a nice looking property. Last time I was here, I knocked on that door. Couldn't go in at all, so again, get to go into the pastor's home. A nice mirror there. Nice little organ. He's home. Having a read, sir?
I am.
Little bitty cowboy boots right there. Look at that. One more shot here. A couple of the back rooms in the pastor's house. And taking our leave. Taking our leave. Notice to squatters. A public notice hereby given that no claim to preemption by reason of unauthorized occupation of the public lands commonly known as squatting will be entertained after the first day of September next, and that no claim to such preemption not now in a state to be admitted can be made good by any act of the party hereafter, and that therefore his labor will be thrown away. Now in front of the old town hall. Wow, look at the old pillars there. It's the Chrysler Hall. Classic revival mansion built on the riverfront in Dundas County. In 1956 was taken down and reconstructed here at Upper Canada, and the exterior was restored and the interior modified to serve as a venue for special exhibits. Let's look inside.
He is a rich man.
Wow, this is cool in here.
You see the curtains and look at the fancy couches. Those are really fancy.
Stained glass.
That's a stereoscope. You can pick that up and have a look at it.
Never been inside.
Slide
here. In there. Oh, nice and air conditioned in here, which I think is kind of going against the whole 1800s feeling. Didn't have AC in the 1800s. Take you upstairs. It's going to be quite the lengthy jaunt around the village. Got all kinds of artifacts up here. Guns. Firearms from the Upper Canada collection. Wow, look at this chapel here. I've never been inside this town hall. Over here, we'll say hello to Mr. Bull. How are you? His brother over there, trying to keep the flies out of his face. Just having a good day of relaxation in the 1800s. Little birdie right there. Hey, bird. Look at the size of Mr. Piggy over there. Mr. Piggy. As the sun begins to drop lower, it's much more comfortable Canada in the evening. Hot summer days. Evenings are gorgeous and breezy. And even if it's to rain here at Upper Canada Village, it's still a gorgeous place. Been to the J.M. Willard Hotel for a pint. They've ceased to serve afternoon tea anymore. Still open for a pint. Done serving meals, man. Step into the hotel and have a drink. Here at our table, we're just gonna get a beer. So they're not serving food anymore. This view of what's going on outside. Look at how the sun comes through the window off the bottom of my beer. Red beer. Queen Street. It states Maple Road here. Yeah, just here in the back 40 here. Way back here, there's usually horses and a lot of cows. Usually a big congregation of cows right here, but I guess they moved them. They moved the cows.
Oh man, you could totally look up like the names of the...
We're here after close. We're just walking here after. Look at this view here. This is actually where the boat ride is. We missed the boat ride as well, but they're letting us stay here after close with the whole village to ourselves. See the church there in the distance? Over there, where they do the boat rides. We're gonna bring you over to where they would have done the signaling. Check out this bridge. I could come here once a month and enjoy myself, to be honest with you. Eee, look at the size of those lily pads. Birds just scattering now. So we'll explain what this was. This is where I wrapped up last year's first part, the two-parter. Go back, check out the episodes from last year and this year. They're completely different. This is the signal tower. Timber structure based on an 1830 sketch of a signal tower. It was part of the British Fort Henry in Kingston during the War of 1812. The signal tower at Upper Canada was constructed in '61, this one. Rebuilt it actually in 2001. Originally used to represent how military messages were sent during the World War of 1812. By the 1860s, the signaling systems on these land-based towers were replaced by electric telegraphs. Beautiful view of the water back here. Well, that's what they used that for back in the day. There really isn't too much in there. We could have come over here earlier in the day, but I was in there last year. Wasn't too much. But behind this tower, gorgeous views of the water. Nice that they serve beer here. Nice to have a cold beer on a hot day. Another old barn down here. Ah, with a placard. We'll go see what the placard said. We missed the opening of this, but we just didn't come to this side of the water. And there isn't so much over here. Somebody left a bottle of Dr. Pepper. This is the Family Activity Center. Large warehouses were a common sight all along the St. Lawrence River in the 19th century, providing storage for goods shipped up and down the river into the Great Lakes. This building began as an early 19th century timber frame residence and then lengthened to resemble a riverfront warehouse. Just beautiful land. Other homesteads over here. Not far, just adjacent to the signal tower. Now I would love to reside. Imagine we had this whole village to ourselves like this every day. This is our town. I was like, I wonder where Ryan is today. I don't know, he's somewhere in town.
Probably at the pub.
Could be at the pub, he could be at the dry food store, maybe the bakery. He was at the church praying. Getting something down that way at the tin shop. Yeah, look at that. Pretty cool. It's nice to get a couple hours here by ourselves.
This is like what zombie apocalypse world would be like.
That's, yeah, you know, it kind of feels like The Walking Dead here.
Look out for zombies.
Nothing going on. Enjoyed a pint right here at the Words Hotel. Go back, check out my episodes from last year. We covered even more this year, and we may be back this year. We should take advantage of those tickets. Maybe you'll see another episode. Size of that saw. Straight ahead. turn to the Sawmill. Take a pop. Take a pop. Just take a pop real quick. Pop worthy? Not pop worthy. There's that conveyor belt coming up from the level beneath us. Look at that. Goes up there. I was just fascinated by stuff like that. Oh, up another level. Lots of old farm relics over here. Old rusty farm relics. The steam house. Ryan's taking a gander in the steam house. The size of that. Pretty cool, eh?
Pretty cool.
Yep, all the steam machines in there. And the tools of the trade. Nice and scenic, especially with the birds providing the soundtrack. Fella, enjoying your day in the village. Taking our final looks here. Thank yous again, everybody. Thanks so much for coming along for this two-parter. Please like, please subscribe. Showed you this village inside and out. Still leaving a lot of things for you to learn. Come here on your own. Please like, subscribe. Join me on Twitter or Instagram. He's taking off. We will see you all next time. We're gonna end here at the church. Thanks again, everybody, for joining in for this two-parter. Something down here in the grass. I love you all. Now we gotta go back to 2022. Here in the gift shop, if a sweet tooth is what you fancy, you might want some some of this fudge chocolate coconut salted nut roll. Wow, look at that. All kinds of good stuff in the gift shop. Their fudge is good. It is good. Popcorn, shirts, bags, sunglasses, old artifacts. That's it today from Upper Canada.